So, a hello to you, Noah. Could you give an introduction about yourself?
Hey, nice to meet you, Rukas. So, I'm Noah. I'm a 15-year-old guy. I like to travel around life, doing my work, not minding anyone else's opinion, just focus on myself, improving, trying to make my way into $1 million.
Interesting. Okay, so why do you have that goal of making $1 million at such a young age?
Well, it's just basically the opinion everyone has. Everyone wants to be a millionaire, but no one else actually works hard for it. And that's also the reason why I want to prove everyone else around me in my circle that it is actually possible. That making a million is not that hard. It's just about putting in the hours. And yeah, I just want to prove to everyone else that I can do it and you can too. And that's it.
Good. So, being an inspiration at your age, I mean,
Of
a
course.
very noble goal. So, I
Yeah.
look forward to seeing how that goes for you throughout the future. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's your plan for earning money? What have you done so far, and how has that gone?
So I love this question. That's a very good one. And I'm gonna tell you what's exactly my plan for making money. So first of all, I would like to mention I don't know if this can be on the recording, but I would like to mention that before I was on all this self improvement thing, I was a video game addict, a total addict to it. I played 36 hours straight, non-stop. I had a very bad lifestyle. I didn't shower, I didn't brush my teeth, I barely ate anything, and if I ate, it was mostly just junk food. I just didn't sleep anything. I was just straight up playing 36 hours straight, non-stop, and I'm actually very glad I made that change. So I wanted to mention that because I think it's a very important part about the journey I'm gonna have from now on. How when I reach the top, I can say I went from this very bad lifestyle, being absolute shit, depressed, anything, to this, being at the high up, good body, good lifestyle. So yeah, my plan for that is I'm gonna start an agency, multiple agencies, as much as I can. And since AI right now is being so revolutionary, I want to make a company of the future, something that maybe right now is not so big, but that I know that from 20 years from now on is going to be actually very valuable. And
Hmm.
the journey I had through here, it was just basically basic self improvement thing. I started going to the gym, waking up at 4 a.m. to go work out for 3 hours, come back, and after I come back, just start studying, learning everything I could. I didn't know what the fuck I was learning. I just came in to study whatever I wanted to. At the time, I was very interested in the stock market. The stock market really caught my attention. So I started learning technical analysis. I started learning how to trade, positions, all that stuff. And I did that for 3 months. It went very well. I made so much money. I also lost so much money. Risk reward. That's how life is. That's how life is. So I just kept going. Right now, I have multiple things in mind. I was going through the freelancing campus, and that really gets me about the email thing. Building up an email list where you get so much prospects to give you your email, then start selling some stuff, making some promotion there.
Hmm. Okay, and from your endeavors, how much have you earned so far?
In the real world, I've made actually some good money. Living in a poor country, 1,800 bucks. I made $1,000 800 in the past 5 weeks as a 15-year old.
Wow, congratulations. So you're saying
Thank
living
you.
in a poor country, how much does your average, I mean, the people around you, what is the average wage per month?
The average wage for the adult is around $300 or so. So it's actually pretty good money I made.
Right, interesting. There's a
Yeah.
lot to go into from what you've said. So I'll link all of this together a bit later.
All right.
For now, a comment on what you were saying about your past. So it's
Yeah.
interesting when you're saying you were playing video games for 36 hours straight. That's, I
That was
understand that
mad.
correct, right? So
Yeah, you did.
clearly there's a drive there to do something because I'm guessing you're quite competitive then. It was a
Of course.
probably competitive game, yeah. So again, the drive is there. You just didn't have the guidance. And
That's
then
right.
I'm guessing as soon as you found the real world, it gave you a guidance, a direction to actually head towards, head towards, which is healthy,
Yeah,
like productive, earning money through. So you put all that drive towards it, and now look at you making 1,800 in what 5 weeks,
yep,
when the average wage around you from for adults is 300 a month. So
nailed it. Of
congratulations,
course.
really.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
And yeah, so would you say, was it the real world that caused that mindset shift, or was it before joining that you got that?
before joining, I actually just joined the real world about 3 months or so. I don't actually remember the exact date, but it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. The mindset, I just got it from Tate, and it's actually a very interesting story I want to go into about how I got the mindset needed to start going into this, start making money, start getting fit, rich. Yeah, just basic stuff. It all started one day. It was actually night, but bro, I like to remember this as the day that everything changed, the day that my life completely shifted in a 360 degrees. Since I was playing so much video games, I wasn't so focused on school. I was not doing homeworks. I wasn't paying attention. I was always in my mind just thinking, oh, what I'm gonna do next? Oh, I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna do this. So I was doing very bad. And I after I got out of school, I remember, oh damn, I have an exam. Fuck. And the exam was for the next day. I had to make that exam, and I didn't study anything for it. I didn't use shit. So I was having a panic attack late night. I was crying. I was like, oh shit, what I'm gonna do in my life? I'm gonna lose the grade. I'm gonna have to repeat school. Fuck. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I started binging, scrolling YouTube, trying to look for the dopamine, trying to just get away of that panic attack and relax myself. I started scrolling. Then I found myself with a Tate motivation video. I don't know if you have seen those.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's basically just a speech where Tate mentions about discipline, about becoming the man you want to be. About just getting ahead, getting fit, being disciplined, and being better than everyone else. Just doing the work that no one wants to do. And that completely changed me, bro. I don't know what happened in that moment. I was watching that video, and I was in shock. I was like, "Oh shit, it's true. Everything he's saying is actually right. Look at me. Look at him, bro. I can actually be like him." That actually motivated me. I didn't knew anything else. I watched another motivation video. I went through two videos, and after that, I got the balls to message my teacher and call her and tell her, "Yo, I didn't do the exam. I didn't study it for anything, but please give me some time. I'll promise I'll study it. I'll promise I'll go through everything, and I'll do it by in 2 days. I'll do it in 2 days." She gave me the time. I'm very grateful for that. And after that, I had to prove myself. So I started waking up the next day after that panic attack. I started waking up at 4 a.m. And that goes back to what I said earlier. Just go work out, come back. I didn't know shit about working out, bro. I never work out in my life. So I just did random stuff, whatever I could do. So that actually changed a lot. That shifted me. I did that for 3 months straight, about waking up at 4 a.m. Yeah, that routine. And I learned so much skills. I got like 12 skills from that, going from technical analysis, as I mentioned, to learning economics, sales, marketing, stuff like that. It's a very huge skill stack.
Hmm. Right. It's it's an interesting feeling there when you're waking up at 4 a.m. and you
Yeah.
know you're working while everyone else is sleeping,
Yeah,
and you're
like my
getting ahead
cycle,
of
of course.
everyone, and then that snowballs throughout the day. I remember when I used to do that as well, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely a good period of my life.
Really? You actually wake up at 4 a.m. too?
I used to do that. When I first turned 18, I needed to turn my life around because I'm like,
Of course.
at this point, there's no excuses for me
Yeah.
to be in the situation I am in. From this point on, if I continue being as I am, it's completely my fault Because let's say even by law,
Completely right. Yeah.
I can't blame at that point. I can't blame anyone because let's say pre being 18. I mean, technically, I can't do things by law here. But yeah, once I
Yeah.
turn 18, it's like I'm fully 100% responsible for myself. So anything
You're responsible.
past
Yep.
this is my fault. So yeah, I decided to start waking up at 4 a.m., also studying for the first 2 hours, then going to the gym at 6, cold
Damn.
showers, just, yeah, a
Yeah.
load of things, self improvement. And I've done that for a while as well. And that was definitely, as I said, a
Are you
very
still
good period.
doing it? You're just still waking up at 4 a.m.
No, 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 no. Now I have too much work to do during
Oh,
late
of course.
evenings. So yeah, I
I
stay calm.
actually
But
mad
yeah, it's
respect
great to
that.
do.
I'll
So it's
continue.
great you're doing
Sorry.
it. Pardon?
Yeah, I actually respect that hard, bro. I actually love that you tell me this. That you told me that you also woke up at 4 a.m. to study and go to the gym. That actually lights me up. That gives me the sensation of look at where he is now. He's very far ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He actually did
And
it, so I can actually do it
you'll
myself.
you'll be in my position as well because this was me doing it
Oh,
at 18. You have a 3 year lead on me, so I mean,
yes.
look at where you'll be at my age.
Yeah, bro. Thank you
I'm
so much.
23
That's
now,
mad
just for
inspiration.
perspective. So you have what, 8 years? You have 8 years ahead of me.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's compare how you'll be at 23 compared to how I am now. I'm sure
Yeah,
you'll be
sure
doing.
thing, bro. I'd love to see you in 6 years from now and talk back like, oh, you remember this time when you did the interview and we talk about this, and I was at this point in life and now I'm here and now you're here. We're making so much progress, bro. Look at where we are. Oh, it would be lovely having that conversation all about the
Yeah,
journey.
that's the beautiful thing about being on this path. You change so
Cool.
much, even in 6 months. Every single 6 months, when I look back on myself, I'm a completely different person. So I'm guessing
Fuck yeah.
you're gonna experience that as well now. Every time you look back on yourself, it's like, wow, I've changed so much in these 6 months.
Completely true.
So it's great while being on this journey. And then yeah, you have some people who around you who won't be on that path. So I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes you might just have to let them go and find other people who are on the same journey as you to push each
that's
other
true, bro.
forward. I mean, I'm sure you understand that yourself.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's actually true because I had some friends that I made them start this self improvement journey with me, but they just weren't enough, and I sadly had to cut them off. But I noticed that every time I spent time with them, every time I was with them, I started to lack. I was starting to being lazy. I wasn't doing the things I had to do. I noticed that I had to cut them off because even though we were all on self improvement, they didn't have the same vision as me. They still wanted to play video games. They still wanted to watch porn. They still wanted to do every bad habit too. So I try to take them with me to show them the path
Mhm.
and guide them with this thing of making money, of being rich, of getting fit. And sadly, they were too arrogant to listen. And I feel well. I don't actually feel bad for them as I gave them multiple chances to get with me, but that's just how life is. You have to
Yeah, everyone's on their
continue.
own journey. You can't
Yep,
force
that's
something on
true.
someone. I mean, at some point, maybe they'll have that turning point like you did and decide to do something similar. And the only thing you can really do is just work on yourself, keep improving yourself, and then when they see that change within you, maybe that'll motivate them to then do something.
I have this friend, or one of them I actually took. As I said, I took them in the self improvement journey with me, and he actually mentioned that he was worried. He messaged me 1 week ago saying that, "Yo, I'm worried." He's not from America, by the way, but he messaged me saying, "Yo, I'm worried. I'm about to turn 18. I didn't went to college. I didn't went to uni, and I need to start making money ASAP. What can I do?" I called him. I told him everything. I gave him not motivation, but I just told him, "Bro, last time you told me you were gonna do this, and this, and you haven't done shit. What are you doing then?" And he told me, "No, bro, this time is different. I'm about to turn 18. I swear I'm gonna comply." Fast forward 1 week later, he still hasn't done shit. I gave him the advice. I told him what he had to do. So yeah, it's sad that he actually didn't want it to actually make money. He didn't want it enough.
Hmm. Yeah, and again, it's something you'll see quite common throughout your life. So it goes back to you can't force people to do something. You can't change them
That's
yourself. It's
true, bro.
just when they have that fire within them to change, then they'll do it themselves and seek you out because it's something that you can guide them through. But if
Yeah,
you see, yeah, they're
completely
not
right.
changing and it's just purely just to speak to you, then again, just sometimes you have to cut them off. And what
True.
you were saying earlier as well, I guess you'll see even more as you go through life that, as everyone says, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
That's
And
true.
personally, I used to understand that, but think it takes a while for people to affect me. Until I went to an event with some very high level individuals and
Yes,
being around them for about 2 to 3 days, I was a completely different person when I came out of that event than when
completely
I
true,
went
bro.
in. And that was from analyzing their body language, just a lot of subconscious things that
Yeah,
ended up rubbing off on me and completely changing me. So, in the same way, I'm sure being around people who are the opposite way could have an effect on you even faster than you can imagine it to be so, if that makes sense.
completely right, bro. Yeah, I like to take that saying very seriously, bro. Right now, I'm actually
Yeah,
basically a lone wolf. Like as Jay Waller says, most of the time you're actually gonna be alone in this journey, and he's right. I don't mind being alone. I don't mind having no friends because even though I'm very social, I'm very extrovert, I'm very charming. I don't like letting people in my inner circle because I know that's gonna affect me. If I'm actually gonna let someone in, it has to be someone that at least is not lazy, someone that actually meets some requirements. And I think it's okay to have high standards. It's
exactly.
fine to just being being very picky about who you let in to influence you, and that's right, bro. And one thing that people seem to misunderstood about that saying of you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with is that it actually also applies to the guys on the internet. If you watch some guy, some YouTuber doing some stupid shit, you're gonna end up doing stupid shit too. It's just how it goes. You're letting them influence you too. It's programming. That's just how it
Yeah,
works.
exactly. Exactly. Again, very well put, Noah.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on to a breakdown of. Actually, no, I don't want to move on that fast. I want to add on a bit more. That,
Yeah.
I mean, as you know for yourself, you're doing very well. So again, looking forward to see how everything develops for you, how
Thank you.
you'll be in the future. Because with your mindset, I mean, again, I'm 100% sure it's something you see for yourself. You're not thinking like the other 15-year-olds around you. You're a lot more mature, have a
Of
better
course.
mindset. Even speaking, I don't think I've heard one from you or filler word. So even
Oh
that
yeah.
you've got down. So you're doing very well, Noah. So yeah,
Thank you so
congratulations on
much.
that. And
Wait, I want
now,
to speak about something you mentioned right here that I'm pretty mature for my age. That I've been 15 and I'm very mature. I want to talk about. Okay, first of all, some backstory, some context. The
sure.
first 3 months of this year, I wasn't going to school. I had some other plans to do before I went to another country. Yeah, I was gonna move out, but I actually didn't. And this is very important because in that those 3 months, I was absolutely grinding. Then because I couldn't travel, I had to go back to school because it's mandatory. It's, if you don't go to school, law gets you. And what happened is that after I went back to school, bro, I was going with this mindset of, okay, I expect to find people similar to me, mature guys, people that are actually have at least one purpose in life, that have a plan, that know what they are gonna do. Holy shit, bro! I went to school and I found so much shit, bro. People that are 17, 16, and they don't even know what they're gonna study. I mean, I'm against going to college, to university, but at least if you're gonna go knowing what are you gonna do, what is your plan in life. But bro, you're 17 and you still don't fucking know that what life path that you're gonna take. It's actually impressive. It really got me shocked to think that, wow, bro, really, you're that old and you're still so immature. You still don't know what to do with your life. You're just fucking around, going to parties, doing drugs. Damn, that is mad.
Mm-hmm. Right. but that's the norm. And I mean, just consider yourself fortunate that you're able to see outside of it all.
Of course, thank you.
So,
It is what it is,
yeah.
bro.
But
That's
again,
how
it's not
life is.
something you'll be able to influence them to do so as well. It's just something that people end up coming to a realization on themselves. And then once
Yeah,
they come to that realization that they need to change, then only then can you help them. So yeah.
of course.
Now, for your earnings, could you give a bit more of a breakdown? How did you make those $1,800?
Okay, okay, that's a very good question. Thank you so much for asking it. It all started literally for 1 week after I joined the real world. I started with flipping. I went through the freelancing campus. Okay, I still have this issue right now. I'm going off topic, but I had I don't know if it's called the shiny object syndrome. And I
Yep.
couldn't really focus on one campus for too long. I was like, there's so much knowledge in the real world that I have to take as much as it as possible. And I didn't really focus in one campus. I always started moving from here to here to here to here to here, multiple things at the same time. So I started with the freelancing flipping thing. I sold some things I had extra, some things I didn't use, because as you grow up, you started to get rid of some things you're never gonna use. So I just sold everything of it. Some of it I also gave away, but yeah, that's how I started. I learned about flipping. Then I already have some previous sales experience I learned in those months I was grinding out. Then I used all that together. I combined it together to start going around selling things, and I made my first money related to the real world by learning flipping. Then I moved to copywriting, and in copywriting, I was still doing flipping by then, but I started to start fucking binging everything, going through every lesson as fast as possible, taking notes, grinding everything, just learning as much as I could. Of course, I switched after two, but in copywriting, I didn't got to the last lesson. I didn't got to the step three. Then, but I landed a first. Landed a client anyways. I got very lucky in that. I don't know. Well, I don't want to call it luck because I know a lot of things played into that, but to a certain extent, I think luck was actually part of it because I was scrolling to social media. I was going through Discord in these business servers. Then I found one guy that made a job listing saying that they needed urgent script writers for their SMMA. I applied. They got back to me. They did me an interview. They asked basic stuff, my age, where I was from, and my experience. Yeah, it's funny because they never actually mentioned about college or degrees or anything. They just mentioned about actually experience, actual work, things I have done. So I did a sample script for them, and bro, I didn't knew shit about script writing. I still wasn't a good copywriter. I just applied for it in the mindset of, well, whatever happens, this is something I will learn from. This is another skill I can pick up. I know that even though I don't know anything about copywriting, in this time I can actually go and learn and watch tutorials and go SAP and learn about script writing. But no, I just said it. Fuck it. While I do it, I'm gonna try to learn other stuff, and I'm gonna leverage AI to fulfill the scripts they needed me to do for them. So yeah, that's how it went. I just made the scripts with AI. I gave it to them, and I used my prompt engineering knowledge to make it sound human, to actually not look like it was made with AI. And that's what made me my first actually high win, my first $100. Just doing AI scripts. They work. They pay me. They were very good. They came up clean. Then that those clients, I'm still working with them. They're a very good retainer I got right now, and I'll go into that more in depth later because as you saw, I have a lot. I have a long list of wins from multiple stuff, and here is where it actually gets interesting. So, fast forward. No, wait, sorry. Some couple. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking of this. Sorry. Okay, yeah. the UGC campus came out, and since I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, I always wanted to learn how to talk to camera and create content since I was a child. I decided to take the risk of throwing out throwing out all my current cash flow and stop at all gaining some money to just learn this new skill. So I took the risk. I joined the UGC campus. I stopped doing everything else that really cut off my cash flow because I was not making any more money because I was focused in the UGC campus learning all the stuff. I was dedicated to it, bro. I was making the submissions. I was doing everything. I was in every Zoom call. I was in every AMA. I made a name for myself. I started to being recognized in the campus for, oh yeah, this guy that is not always here. He's always in the meetings. He's always watching everything. So yeah, I dedicated myself to that. I learned every skill I needed to learn there. I'm still going through it, but that was very important because with that first client I got for the script writing thing, I hold up. Yeah, I went back to them because I hadn't worked with them for a while, but they still wanted me to work with them because something I forgot to mention. Yeah, they contact me 2 days later after the interview, saying that they really love the way I work. They were absolutely amazed with how I went through this work thing. Bro, I was fast, I was hardworking, I was not lazy. I did everything with speed, and everything came up clean with good quality. So they really absolutely work the way I work, and I have to accredit this to the real world too because that's the mindset they teaches you in. Yeah, no, that's the mindset the real world teaches, to be a good worker, to not be lazy, be do everything you have to do. So yeah, I applied that mindset. They really loved it. They hired me. I kept working with them. Then I went to the UGC. I stopped working with them. I didn't hear from them in like 1 month or so. Then they reached out back to me saying that they wanted to start something new, some new thing. And I can't really mention it, but yeah, they wanted to start something new. And I used that opportunity to tell them about the new skills I had gotten and that I really wanted to apply those skills with them. So I started doing more stuff, more work for them. I started making more money. They started to pay me. I did more scripts. Yeah, I did scripts for them in Spanish. They paid me upfront, everything. Yeah, I made money. That's the important part. Then this was a few weeks later. No, a few weeks ago, where they called me saying that they needed like basically a general assistant, one of these guys that does the prospecting, that those scripts, just basically that they told me that they were gonna pay me some salary to do work for them, not just any specific work, but general stuff, script writing, prospecting, managing employees, everything. And they told me they were gonna pay me some good money. And I said, "Oh shit, I don't know. This is gonna keep me very busy. I have school. I don't know, bro. There's so much things I have to do. It's gonna overwhelm me." I had an opportunity to make a. I don't know if I can actually mention this, but I got in a one-on-one call with Arno. Yeah, the UGC professor got us a call with Arno privately, a Zoom meeting with him in the for the top 5 guys that were on the leaderboard that had made the most money. And since I was on that leaderboard, if I'm not wrong, I was top one back then. He got us a call with Arno, and we could ask him anything. So yeah, I used that opportunity to ask him about, yo, I had this, and this that really keeps me busy. I have to also have school that I have to work 16 hours a day, even though it's very hard. Even though I might lose some sleep, I had to do this work, and whatever I wanted to know, I actually have to work 16 plus hours a day. And he told me a very good story. He told me that just do it, go for it. At that age, he wasn't making $1,000. He had to do other stuff to make $1,000. And since I live in this country, he told me that, yeah, you should definitely take it. You should go for it. So I took Carno advice. I took the job. I tried for them, and I just went for it. I grinded it out. Actually went back to my old routine of waking up at 4 a.m. to work. and I used that to just all the time I had. Woke up at 4, worked 2 hours, went to school, got out of school, back to work. I stopped working out a little bit. I'm actually back with it, but yeah, it was just basically working 16 hours a day, non-stop, doing everything they asked me for, and I did such a good job that I actually got it. I got to make the first $1,000 straight income, and hopefully, no, actually, I'm very sure of that. I'm very confident. Hopefully, I keep them as a retainer, because if I do keep them as a retainer and I keep getting recurrent income from them, this can actually be life changing for me. I can start saving up for helping pay the bills and helping out my family and everything else, and that's very helpful for me. I really appreciate that opportunity came up.
Right. So for the initially, when you found those people who need this the script writing, when you got onto a call with them, what did they think about you being 15 years old?
Oh, that's a good question, bro. What they think about me being 15 years old? Damn, I don't actually remember too much, since this was like 2 months ago or so. I don't remember. It was like, yeah, they actually didn't mind, bro. Uh, they actually asked for my age. I told them I'm 15, but I don't think age matters too much. I think what matters is that the principles I have, the way I work. It's not about the age. It's about me getting the job done. So they actually said, okay, sure thing, you have to prove that to us. We're gonna hire you, you're gonna do the things you have to do. And if you show us that it doesn't matter that you're 15, that age is just that thing. The age is not an indicator of maturity, of hard work. I just did the work for them without the age wasn't a problem after that. Not even for immaturity or anything. I just worked for them, no matter the
Mhm.
age. I did everything I had to do. They really liked it, and age never came up after that.
Right. Because I know people your age might be thinking, I'm probably too young. They might not want to hire me. So you're definitely an inspiration to those
Of
people.
course. Thank
So
you.
that's why I wanted to
Yeah.
ask that question.
So wait,
And
hold up.
now,
I like to give
yeah,
some advice to the young people, to the young kids watching this interview right here. Bro, you can actually do it. It's just you have to believe in yourself. Don't overthink, bro. If you're constantly overthinking that you're not gonna be able to do it, then your brain is gonna not try hard enough to actually do it. I actually overthink myself. I had this issue before I joined the real world, that I was saying, "Oh, I live in this country. Oh, here is everything is very poor country. Yeah, I live in a very excluded town away from society. We're not close to the city. Oh, this is really gonna stop me from making money." What the not at all, bro. You have the cell phone, you have the internet. You don't need anything else, bro. You can be in fucking desert with no water or anything. You can be in the fucking cheapest country in the world. You can just make money anyways. I actually met people in the real world actually from even poorer countries from me, and they're making money anyways. They're living a fucking basically a millionaire's life, because they live in such a poor country. They live in worse conditions than I am, and they still make money and they're living a good life just because of that. It's actually insane. You cannot let that stop you. Just don't overthink. Act. All you have to do is watch the lessons in the real world and take action on it. It's nothing else. It doesn't get harder than that. There's no other outside excuse of that. If you have a Wi-Fi connection and you have a phone, that's everything you need to make money. It's as easy as that.
mhm. Well put, Noah. So I'm wondering, what do your parents think about the transition you've made from how your life used to be to what you're doing now?
Oof, they're actually happy as fuck, bro. Well, they didn't. When I started with this self-improvement journey, they still wanted. They weren't so secure about it. When I told them I was gonna start making money, they believe like partially believe in me. They supported me, but they didn't actually want me to do it because they were not so secure about it. So it was just about proving them wrong. that I could actually do it. They still wanted me to keep doing the other stuff I was doing, to just stay away from money making, but I proved them wrong. They About the change I made, about the lifestyle thing. Damn, they they are very proud of me. I can only say that. It's just that word, proud. They're very happy that I actually made that change. That I was skinny as fuck. Yeah, I was skinny. I was pallid. I didn't go outside. I was white as fuck, bro. I look like a whiteboard, bro. I look like a whiteboard. So after they saw that I was changing and that I was not the same person I was back then, that I stopped playing video games. I stopped social media. I just was focused. They saw they knew I had potential, but they knew I was wasting it. So that's why they were worried. And after I made that change, yeah, they're proud of me. That's all I can say.
Good, good, good. Because yeah, I mean, it might have been a bit rough for them seeing you in the state you were at before. So it must be, again, I'm sure they are very proud seeing how you are
Yeah.
now. Okay, good. So that's great to hear. And where do you see this all heading for you then? In, let's say, the next 6 months to 1 year, what plans do you have?
Love that question, bro. Okay. Where do I see myself 6 months from now? I'm gonna tell you exactly where I see myself 6 months from now. I know, I'm so sure of this. I'm so confident. 6 months from now, I'm gonna be making at least 5,000 a month. In 6 months from now, I wanna say I wanna quit school, because everyone told me not to quit school. But yeah, 6 months from now, I know I'm making 5,000 a month. I'm gonna help my family retire. I'm gonna help my auntie buy a new car. I'm gonna just help with paying the bills. Just generally being the man of the house, helping my community, not only my family, also my community, doing everything I have to do, still working hard 16 hours a day, because that's just how it is. I have to put in the hours, but I know it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna be in those 6 months from now. I'm gonna look back and say, "Wow, bro, you really did it. You knew you were gonna do it. You knew you were gonna make it, and you kept going. You kept pushing. You got out of your comfort zone. You work hard. You deserve it, and we're gonna keep pushing. We got to here. Now we're getting even further. That's everything you have to do." I'm gonna look myself in the mirror and say, "Good shit, Noah, bro. Look at where you are right now." This might sound narcissistic, but it's just like Tate says, if you believe you're the fucking man, your life is never gonna be worse. It's that.
Mm-hmm. And if you do have any rough points in your life, just look back on what you just said, because this will be permanently documented. So yeah, see the mindset you have now, and let that motivate you throughout any kind of rough points,
Of
anything.
course.
Good. So great to have spoken to you, Noah. I mean, you are doing very well, as I've said many times now, and I'm sure you know yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say for if you continue on this path, how much of an impact you could have on the world in the future.
Yeah.
'Cause I think even as people, we underestimate the impact that we individually can have.
Of course.
Just for following, let's say for myself, just following my intuition and being kind to people around me, helping them. I mean,
Completely right, bro.
in just
That's
a
true.
small frame, you're just changing the people around you, but then they're also, that's kind of starting to have a wider impact than you changing them is changing people around them. And then eventually, for what you're doing, I mean, it's not too far-fetched to say you can change the world by continuing what you're doing.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's right.
wish you all the best with that. And now let me end off with a final question. For people who are unsure about joining the real world, maybe they're thinking it's a scam for $50. What advice would you have to them?
For people that aren't so sure about joining the real world. So for you guys that aren't sure of joining the real world, let me tell you, you're missing out on this. The real world is basically everything you need to get rich. The real world will teach you step by step everything you need to know to become a multimillionaire, to learn high income skills, to escape out of the 9 to 5, to get out of the matrix and live a happy life full of freedom, doing whatever you want to do. And if you don't want a good future for you, if you don't want to join the real world, if you want to stay broke, that's on you, man. Eh? Just look at us. We're making money. Everyone in the real world is making money. Everyone is putting the hard work. And if you don't join, that's on you, bro. That's your choice. You have to join. It's $50. $50, bro. $50, and you're getting this much value. You're getting access to multi-millionaire professors teaching you everything you need to know, step by step. You can ask them questions. Why aren't you joining? $50, bro. $50. You can spend those $50 in a taco, in food, and other stuff. But instead of wasting that money, why not just spend it doing an investment in yourself? On I'm doing this, I'm putting this $50 in here, but I know I'm gonna make them back if I put in the hard work. I know I'm gonna times four. No, not even times 40. You're gonna times 10, times 40 if you really put in the hours. It's $50 that you're gonna turn into $50,000. What are you waiting, bro?
Right. Very well put, Noah. So, for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
So, if any of you want to contact me, if any of you guys have any question, if you need guidance, if you need help, just let me know. You can contact me on my Instagram, Real Noah Cooper, like that. Real Noah Cooper, like Sterling Cooper, like that. You can just message me. You can tag me anything. You'll find me there, and I'll reply to you as soon as possible. If you need help, if you need guidance, let me know. I'll help you out. I'll be glad to help people around the world change their lives too. I'll be glad to give guidance, to give you the steps needed to reach where I'm currently am, and how you can actually go even further than I am right now. So contact me. Feel free, bro.
Love that. And I mean, meeting people like you and getting your success story out there is the reason why I do these interviews. So it was great speaking to you, Noah. And as I've said before, again, I really look forward to seeing how everything progresses for you in the future and actually doing a follow-up interview to document it.
Sure
So until
thing.
then, I wish you all the best.
Of course. Hey, nice to meet you, bro. It was actually a pleasure having this opportunity to speak to you. I really appreciate it. It was very fun. It was a completely new experience.
Right. And yeah, let's wait until part two and then see the difference from now to that future you.
Of course, bro. It's gonna be an amazing
Okay.
journey. We're gonna have so much fun in this part of our lives.